Mountain News First at 4 continues.
And our severe weather alert day continues as rounds of heavy rain move across the state. Meteorologist Evan Hatter joins us now with the latest. Evan.
That's right, Steve. Still watching at least that round of heavy rainfall, mainly pushing through the southern parts of the viewing area now, but we're all still in line for at least a few showers as we head through the remainder of tonight. Outside right now, I-64 at Moorhead, plenty of rain there. You can still see the raindrops on the camera lens this afternoon up into portions of the I-64 corridor. A little bit further to the south and west, a little bit of a break, at least a little bit at the Mountain Parkway at Slade, but it's lighter rain right now, and with even some of the rainfall on the camera lens there as well. Temperatures remain upper 50s, low 60s out there as that front continues its march toward the region. Most of us keeping the at least gusty breezes in check, but we're still seeing sustained winds. Huntington, West Virginia, 25 miles per hour, 20 in Moorhead, 26 in Lexington, and then we factor in the wind gusts gusting to near 30 miles per hour into places like Richmond, Lexington, and even toward Ashland, gusting to 37 out there right now. Many of us, though, 15 to 20 miles per hour. So not off the charts, but we still have plenty of rain to go. You see that first line push through a little bit earlier, weakened as it did, but that's not the concern, the storms, so much as it is the continued rounds of rainfall that look to push through the region as we head into tonight. And we're going to be with that as we head through the evening hours. So wind not off the charts, but it'll be breezy out there. Temperatures remain in the mid to upper 40s overnight. I'll have the very latest on when this round moves out and when our next round of heavy rain moves in coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Police in Pike County responded to a crash this morning when a van hit a home and went through several walls. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more from officials on the scene.
The Pikeville Police Department spent their Tuesday morning at a home on Cedar Creek Road, helping clean up the scene after a van crashed into the home, causing substantial damage. The call came in at around 8:45, and officials were still working to figure out who was behind the wheel hours later.
It had breached the outside of the dwelling and got stuck in the garage. Nobody in the house was injured, but we're still trying to locate the operator. They basically fled on foot.
Also calling the Pikeville Fire Department to ensure the building did not collapse as first responders were working on the scene.
It is a very dangerous scene because, don't know if it's going to collapse on first responders here.
Roads were never closed, but officials warn of always being safe near accident scenes, especially on wet roads.
Roads were open the entire time, but just slow down, obey the speed limit, go slower than that.
The van is long gone from the home, but the job is far from finished. In Pikeville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, Officer Kahn tells us the suspect was found along Harold's Branch in Pikeville and has been taken into custody. He has since been identified as James Michael Collins, and officers say Collins has admitted to being the driver of that vehicle. We'll have more about this crash coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. An early morning shooting in Magoffin County left one man in the hospital and a local politician behind bars. Kentucky State Police responded to a call in the Royalton community around 3 a.m. where troopers charged 68-year-old Carter Whitaker, a candidate for county judge executive, with shooting Christopher Barnett. Whitaker was taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, and Barnett was taken to the hospital with a chest wound. Troopers say his condition is unknown at this time. State police are still at the scene of a deadly shooting investigation in Madison County. We are told that it's at the large home of former state representative and Leslie County native Wesley Morgan. Morgan told the Herald Leader that his daughter was killed in the shooting and that he and his wife were hurt. State police have not confirmed the names. No arrests have been made. Police are seeking surveillance video of the area, particularly from around 4 a.m. We'll have much more on this developing story also tonight at 6. The first round of international sanctions response has been swift and severe after Russian President Vladimir Putin said he would send what he calls peacekeeping troops into eastern Ukraine. The Biden administration called that explanation, quote, nonsense, and is accusing the Kremlin of creating a pretext for further invasion. CBS's Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House.
This is the beginning of a Russian invasion of Ukraine.
President Biden laid out swift and severe sanctions after Russian President Vladimir Putin recognized 2 regions of Ukraine as independent.
We've cut off Russia's government from Western financing. Russia will pay an even steeper price if it continues its aggression, including additional sanctions.
The European Union is also moving forward with initial economic sanctions. And in a significant move, Germany announced it will halt the $11 billion Nord Stream 2 pipeline that would have moved natural gas from Russia to Germany. Russia has announced it will pull its diplomatic staff out of Ukraine as unidentified military vehicles continue to move in.
Every indication is that Russia continues to plan for a full-scale attack on Ukraine.
To further bolster NATO's eastern flank, President Biden says he's authorized the movement of additional U.S. forces and equipment to Baltic allies.
Mr. Putin can still avoid a full-blown tragic war of choice.
Speaking in South Carolina, Senator Lindsey Graham said he and other lawmakers are working on their own legislation to give more assistance to Ukraine and possibly create a multi-agency task force to target Russian oligarchs.
It's now time for that crowd to lose their yachts, lose their luxury apartments, and to pay a price.
Lawmakers also warned that the effects of Russia's actions will be felt here at home, with higher prices at the gas pump and potentially the grocery store. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
During his remarks, the president also said his administration will use every tool to protect Americans from rising gas prices. The Supreme Court says it will not take up former President Donald Trump's case challenging the disclosure of his White House documents. Tuesday's decision is a formal conclusion to Trump's unsuccessful bid to keep those records away from the House committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riots. Tuesday's order did not explain why the court was not taking up the case. The order means the lower court decisions approving the release of the documents will stand. President Biden plans to announce new investments in the domestic production of minerals and materials crucial to creating a wide array of technological devices. They include computers, smartphones, batteries, household appliances, and vehicles. The investments are the administration's latest step in unsnarling persistent supply chain challenges that have plagued President Biden since he took office. They come 1 year after he signed an executive action ordering a comprehensive review of supply chain vulnerabilities. Coming up on Mountain News First at 4, robots are becoming more sophisticated every day. How engineers are bringing science fiction to life.
And watching the potential for more heavy rain to work in after today's round. We head as soon as tomorrow night. I'll have the latest on that.